What if the foods you've been avoiding are actually the very ones your body needs the most after turning 60? We're talking about real, whole foods, free from sugar and carbs, that nourish your heart, muscles, brain, and help regulate your blood sugar naturally. Stay with me, because number 3 on this list has been quietly aiding seniors in avoiding blood pressure medications, and yet, hardly anyone talks about it. As we age, our bodies undergo changes. Foods that once energized us may now leave us feeling fatigued. You might notice your blood sugar rising, your legs growing heavier, or your mind not as sharp as it once was. Yet, many seniors continue to consume foods that unknowingly spike inflammation and sugar levels, unaware of the long-term consequences. That's why more and more people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond are turning to low-carb, no-sugar foods, not as part of a diet, but as a way to preserve their health. These foods help seniors stay mobile, think clearly, and avoid frequent hospital visits. In this video, we will reveal 8 powerful foods that contain almost no carbs or sugar, but are rich in the essential nutrients your aging body truly requires. We won't just list these foods. We'll also explain how each one contributes to maintaining your energy, circulation, and independence as you grow older. Let's start with a leafy green that does much more than simply fill your plate. It supports your muscles and memory, spinach and kale. Let's begin with one of the simplest yet most effective changes you can make to your diet. Leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. These aren't just fillers for your salad. They're among the few foods on earth that offer immense health benefits, all while containing virtually no carbs and no sugar. For instance, 1 cup of raw spinach contains just 1 gram of carbs, mostly fiber, and nearly no sugar. Yet, it's packed with essential vitamins: vitamin A for immunity, vitamin C for cell repair, and vitamin K for bone strength. These nutrients not only aid in recovery, but also help protect your arteries and slow the aging process on a cellular level. Margaret, age 68, didn't initially believe in these benefits. She felt bloated and sluggish and thought it was just a normal part of aging. However, after her doctor recommended cutting out processed carbs and adding leafy greens, she swapped her usual ham sandwich for a spinach salad with olive oil and boiled egg. Within 2 weeks, she felt lighter, her thinking clearer, and even her joint pain had lessened. Margaret said, "I didn't change much, just what I put on the plate." That's the point. This isn't about restriction, it's about replacement. Try starting lunch or dinner with a cup of raw spinach or gently sautéed kale in olive oil for just 5 minutes. This small change can help keep your blood sugar stable and your energy consistent all day. Now, let's talk about another group of vegetables that can quietly transform how your body feels after meals. Non-starchy vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. These humble veggies aren't flashy and don't carry the superfood label, but what they do inside your body is where the magic happens. Both are naturally low in carbs, with no sugar, and are loaded with fiber that helps slow digestion and prevent blood sugar spikes. This is particularly important for those over 60, as aging often results in decreased insulin sensitivity, making blood sugar harder to manage. These vegetables help release sugar gradually, keeping you full without raising glucose levels. Harold, age 72, used to dread mornings. His joints were stiff and his energy levels were low. He thought it was just aging. But when his wife began roasting broccoli and cauliflower with olive oil and sea salt 3 nights a week, Harold noticed changes. Within a month, he could get out of bed faster, his knees hurt less, and his blood pressure even dropped a few points. The best part? He didn't feel like he was dieting, just eating real food. If you haven't already, try adding a cup of roasted or steamed broccoli or cauliflower to your daily routine. Add garlic, olive oil, or a squeeze of lemon. Keep it simple, but make it consistent. Next, let's move from the garden to the sea and explore fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These fish are carb-free and packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which are known for their anti-inflammatory properties. Omega-3s help reduce the low-level inflammation that builds up over time, which can damage blood vessels, stiffen joints, and accelerate memory loss. A study from Harvard found that seniors with higher omega-3 intake had sharper thinking, better heart function, and a lower risk of cognitive decline. Helen, age 73, started eating salmon twice a week after feeling increasingly forgetful. Nothing fancy, just a fillet baked with lemon and dill. Within 2 months, she noticed fewer senior moments, more clarity, and her mood became more stable. It's not magic, it's nutrition working with your body. If you haven't already, make fatty fish a regular part of your diet. Even canned wild salmon can work wonders. Just add olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. Now that dinner is covered, let's talk about breakfast. Eggs, often unfairly criticized for years, are one of the best foods you can eat for managing blood sugar and staying sharp, especially for seniors. One large egg contains less than 1 gram of carbs, no sugar, and is rich in high-quality protein along with nutrients like choline and lutein. Choline supports the cells your brain uses to think and remember, while lutein protects your eyes, particularly from age-related vision loss like macular degeneration. Claire, age 63, used to skip breakfast or grab toast on the go, but by 10 a.m., she would feel drained, foggy, and shaky. She assumed it was low blood sugar. Her doctor recommended 2 boiled eggs and half an avocado in the morning. No sugar, no crash. Now, Claire feels sharper, more balanced, and more steady by mid-morning. The best part? It costs less than a coffee shop muffin. Whether you scramble, poach, or boil them, eggs are affordable, easy to digest, and incredibly nourishing for seniors, especially when paired with healthy fats or greens. Finally, let's talk snacks. There's one food that can fight inflammation and boost energy without spiking your blood sugar. Stay tuned for that next. Let's take a closer look at 5 nuts and seeds: almonds, chia seeds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and chia pudding, which can be a game changer for seniors. For many people over 60, the mid-afternoon slump can be a real challenge. After a good breakfast, by 3 p.m., you might start feeling foggy, tired, or even shaky. And what do most people reach for during this time? Cookies, crackers, or a granola bar. But here's the reality. These quick fixes are often packed with hidden sugars and refined carbs. They spike your blood sugar and then send it crashing down. That's why nuts and seeds are such a great option. Almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds are all low in carbs and sugar, but they're rich in protein, healthy fats, and magnesium. These nutrients provide stable energy without the dreaded crash. Let me tell you about Tony, a 70-year-old retiree who used to grab 2 oatmeal cookies every afternoon. He believed he needed that sugar boost to get through the day, but by dinner, his energy would tank. After swapping his cookies for a small handful of almonds and a cup of chia pudding, he experienced no crash, no cravings, and fewer leg cramps at night, thanks to the magnesium boost. Nuts and seeds also support bone density, nerve function, and help reduce silent inflammation, a major cause of fatigue in older adults. Here's a simple tip. Keep a small bag of unsalted almonds in your car or purse, or soak chia seeds in almond milk overnight for a blood sugar-friendly dessert. Have you tried this swap yet? Drop a comment below and let us know what snack gives you steady energy. Now, let's move on to something a little creamier. It's high in fat, yes, but it's one of the smartest foods for seniors trying to manage their blood sugar naturally. You might be surprised to learn that we're talking about avocados. For years, avocados have been misunderstood, with many seniors avoiding them due to the misconception that fat is bad. But that outdated idea could be preventing you from better health. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that help protect your heart, improve insulin sensitivity, and regulate blood sugar. And here's the real surprise. Avocados contain virtually no sugar, and their net carbs are incredibly low, thanks to all the fiber. This means they digest slowly, keep you fuller for longer, and don't cause blood sugar spikes. Joanne, 66, avoided avocados for most of her life, thinking they were too fattening. But after her nutritionist explained the science behind them, she decided to try adding just half an avocado to her lunch salad. Within a few weeks, she started noticing improvements in her energy levels and overall health. She quickly noticed the difference. Joanne felt satisfied for longer, and her snacking habits decreased. At her next checkup, her LDL cholesterol levels were lower, while her HDL, the good kind, had increased. No medications, no crash diets, just the right kind of fat. You can slice avocado onto eggs, salads, or grilled vegetables, or mash it with lime, garlic, and a pinch of salt to create a creamy spread that supports your brain, heart, and blood sugar. Have you been avoiding healthy fats out of habit? Share your experience below. Your insights might help someone else watching. Speaking of heart-healthy fats, let's talk about something that isn't chewed, but just 1 tablespoon a day can help protect your arteries and work quietly behind the scenes. Let's dive into olive oil. This simple food is often overlooked, but it's packed with compounds that fight inflammation, protect your heart, and even support memory as you age. It's sugar-free, carb-free, and full of healthy monounsaturated fats and antioxidants like oleocanthal, which acts like nature's ibuprofen. The science backs this up. Studies in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology show that regular olive oil intake is linked to a lower risk of stroke and cognitive decline, especially in older adults. In Mediterranean countries, it's a staple in everyday life, and seniors in their 80s and 90s can often be seen walking to the market, gardening, and laughing with family, crediting olive oil as one of their keys to a long life. Take Eleanor, 71, for example. She switched to olive oil instead of margarine or butter, drizzling it over steamed broccoli, adding it to salads, and even using it in her morning eggs. Within a few weeks, she felt lighter and less swollen, and her doctor noticed her blood pressure was a few points lower. Small changes, real results. Have you switched to olive oil yet? Tell us how you use it. You might inspire someone watching. Now, we've covered greens, fish, eggs, and oils, but there's one last food we need to discuss. It's controversial. Some people think it's bad for you, but for seniors, it might just be one of the smartest things you can add to your plate. Let's break the myth surrounding cheese. For years, cheese has been debated. Some consider it too fatty, too salty, but for older adults, especially those cutting back on sugar and carbs, cheese might be one of the smartest foods to keep in your fridge. Most cheeses contain virtually no sugar. They're low in carbs, high in protein, and rich in calcium, which is essential for maintaining strong bones and preventing fractures as you age. And the fat in cheese? It helps you feel full, so you're less likely to reach for processed snacks. Let me tell you about Helen, who's 74. She used to snack on crackers, cookies, and whatever was easy, but her weight started creeping up, and her blood sugar became harder to manage. Then, she made one small change. She replaced her afternoon snacks with a few slices of cheddar and cucumber. Just that. Within a few weeks, her cravings dropped, she didn't feel deprived, and her doctor noticed she wasn't gaining weight anymore. No pills, no guilt, just smarter snacking. Want to try it? Start with hard cheeses like Parmesan, Swiss, or aged cheddar. Stick to 1 to 2 ounces, pair with sliced veggies or olives. And if you're lactose sensitive, aged cheeses are usually easier to digest. Have you tried this snack swap before? Drop a comment. Someone else might learn from your experience. Now we've covered 8 incredible foods, but here's the problem. One common mistake could still be undoing all your progress, even if you're eating right. What is it? We'll uncover that in our next video, so don't miss it. These 8 foods may be low in carbs and sugar, but they're full of the nutrients your body needs to stay strong, energized, and independent. If you want to avoid blood sugar spikes, reduce inflammation, or simply feel better day to day, start with these small, realistic changes. Even swapping out one high-carb food for a better option can make a big difference. And remember, always check with your doctor before making significant changes, especially if you're managing a condition like diabetes. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more senior-friendly nutrition tips. Don't miss our next video, because one common food mistake might be quietly undoing all your efforts to stay healthy. Stay well, and I'll see you in the next video.